Hey everyone, Joey G with Touch of the Brush Model Weathering, and welcome to this weathering video as we weather these Arkansas and Ozarks locomotives by Bachmann. The Arkansas and Ozarks Railway was based out of the wooden station building in Harrison and began with 38 employees. The first revenue train arrived in Harrison on Friday, February 3rd, 1950 at around 7 p.m. with only 2 cars. One with fir lumber for Hammersmith Lumber Company, the other with a coal from Henrietta, Oklahoma, co-signed to Roy Kershaw Company. It was the first train into Harrison in 3.5 years. The Arkansas and Ozarks was profitable throughout the early 1950s. A lot of building materials, including animal feed, petroleum products, general merchandise, and the carloads were delivered to Frisco, including logs, railroad ties from Harrison, other wood products. So the railroad had a really extensive history for such a small railroad. It really consists of these 2 locomotives, and it went in and out of Seligman, which right now, currently the Arkansas Missouri Railroad runs through Seligman, Missouri, with just, I believe, bankruptcy, and I think there was a few accidents involved. The A&O rails were removed around 1961. The line was scrapped and stacked in Seligman for loading it to gondolas on the Frisco, and basically scrappers trucks simply drove up and down the right-of-way Seligman as dismantling progressed, and the Frisco would haul away loads of rail while the trucks would keep bringing more in. It was really interesting. And now today, the Taurus line, the Eureka Springs in North Arkansas, operates the relayed 2-mile Eureka Springs spur and uses the cut stone 1914 station building there. So there's a lot of history, and I really recommend everybody going out there and really looking up the history of this railroad. It was really interesting and fascinating. So these locomotives were given to me by a good friend of mine. His name is Nick. Nick is also a show conductor for the Arkansas Missouri Railroad, and we worked together numerous times. He's a phenomenal historian, and he really knows his stuff. And when he brought me these locomotives for me to weather, I was absolutely honored, because this is something of home. I live here in Arkansas now, and this little railroad here has a lot of history, and so it's really fun to do something this unique. And you can see here that there's some of the rooftop already done, as far as some of the rust from some of the photos that I have collected from Nick. And right now we're working on some of the streaks, and Ralph Franzetti, weathering Tussie yesterday, he showed me how to do these streaks a while back, and you can check out his Facebook page. He does a lot of weathering. He's been my mentor for a long time. And the locomotive is actually custom painted by LeClair Kustom Model Trains, Kustom, Kustom. And Dustin LeClair is a really great guy. He lives in Tulsa. Actually, I'm going to be weathering a lot of his equipment too. So we became good friends throughout social media, and Dustin does phenomenal painting work. So if you're looking for phenomenal painting work from him, I will leave the link below in the YouTube video. He does some really phenomenal work, and he's going to help me learn. He's going to help teach me and mentor me on some painting techniques, as well as going to show him some weathering techniques. So, this is a hobby in the end, and we all have fun what we do. We're all friends here, So I really love working side by side with a lot of model railroaders. It's just fun. So with the rooftop here, originally I was going by the photos, and Nick suggested that we take off the rust on the top, which I'll do here very shortly. And so the rust streaks were done with a little bit of the oil paints, and using some mineral spirits and dragging down creating the streaks with that little bit of mineral spirits on that paint. And then I take some Monroe Models weathering powders and use some of the earth brown and some of that rust colors, and went around the wheels, the trucks, and the breaker box, what the filter is, generator box perhaps, and the walkways too. And so he wanted this locomotive to look really filthy. And I also weathered 900, but 900 wasn't as weathered, and I wanted to do a video on this locomotive to show some more of the weathering techniques. And here I'm using some of the Monroe models weathering little black powders in between in the vents. And here we started using some of that thrust and going around the I guess the generator boxes on the trucks as well, as shown in the photos, the early photos in the beginning of the show. And Nick has some Arkansas Missouri Railroad locomotives that Dustin has custom built and decaled, and so I'm really looking forward to weathering those. That would be a fun video. The A&M we're doing really well. The freight is up to capacity. They're not hurting, as I've been told, and they're doing very, very well with the freight. And we're basically sold out every excursion train ride as of right now. So if you want to get your tickets, get them really quick because they're going fast. And we're only up to like 30% capacity due to the COVID restrictions, but we're still running trains and having a good time with it. I'm still currently vice president of the Arkansas Missouri Railroad Museum in Springdale. And if anybody has any museum equipment, anything they want to share with us, I am part of the board, so you guys can contact me anytime here on YouTube or on Facebook, Instagram, and we'll do some personal contact info from there. So I'm still a conductor and a ticket agent with them, so I do enjoy working the trains and meeting folks from around the country. It's a lot of fun. I miss it when I can't do it, so it's good. And here we're gonna use some of the black soot on top of the smokestack. So when these things are grinding up great and smoking up a ton, and it's really cool to see these guys. We want to really replicate the smoke, and I used the soot on the stack and on the side, so it looked like spilled over on the sides of the locomotive or around the stack itself on the rooftop. And here's some of the photos of the finished product. It really came out nice. I really like to thank Nick for allowing me to weather. Here's number 900. 900 came out really nice, slightly clean, and actually after this photo, he wanted me to go back and dirty up just a tad more, so a little more on the rooftop he wanted. So I think there's 900 now, yeah, added some of that. So here are the two locomotives together. So I appreciate everybody watching, and hope you guys had a great time, and look forward to more videos, and I'll post all the links below in the descriptions. You guys take care. This is Joe G, Touch of the Brush Model Weathering. Have a great week. Touch of the Brush Model Weathering welcomes you to follow us on all social media platforms. We post almost daily showing you our project updates, upcoming clinics, and videos. If you would like a project completed by us, you can contact us here at TOTBModelWeathering@yahoo.com.